Next, Nepal, we saw them earlier on. They are electric quick. Is Iran ready for this one?
And now it's time for the women's division. Up first, let's welcome the team of Iran.
They have to put their best foot forward. From here on, either go hard or go home. This is quarter-final time, and the team knows this. Look at the passion and the fervor with which they've arrived on the Kho Kho match. Get set for another.
And up against them, let's please welcome the team of Nepal.
Quarterfinal.
Well then, they are clearly the favourites in this game. They had been dominating the Kho Kho court in the women's category. Strong team, Nepal, with the history of Kho Kho. They are right there in the middle.
And may I please request our dignitaries, Mr. Devansh Mittal, member of Organising Committee Kho Kho World Cup, along with Dr. Akash, former National Executive Member of BJYM, and also Mr. Jitendra Gupta, member of Management Committee, to please join the teams.
Well, when you are present at a sporting arena and the anthem of your country plays, you are filled with pride and passion. Anthem time.
Let's all rise for the national anthem of Iran. National anthem of Nepal.
Unwavering focus is what you will need. Unflappable temperament will be the need of the hour. Focus has to be sharp, intent has to be great, and the hunger has to be deep. This is quarter-final time. There's the president of KKFI, very proud man indeed, Mr. Sudhanshu Mitra. Their dream has come true, the first ever Kho Kho World Cup. I'm Padamjit Rawat along with Manish Jolly. Nice to see smiles at the toss, Manish.
What your choice?
Yes, that's been the fervour of the Kho Kho World Cup. Smiles and joys spread all over.
Yes.
Nepal
won by
winning the toss.
Nepal, choice, chasing.
So Nepal will be attacking first, and of course a strong side, and Iran will be defending.
They won the toss and they've chosen to attack. Put big scores on the sheet first. Put the pressure on your opponents. Strategy is very simple. One for the cameraman, and that's the confirmation at the bottom of your screen. Mind you, these guys are very quick, sharp, athletic. Up against them are Iran. Iran must have their work cut out. They are up against a solid team. Madi Fatih, Kimia Sagedi, Bohan, Faruqi, Sade. You know what, we also will tell you how have they progressed so far. What has been the journey like? How many twists, turns, stumbles? They lost one against India, which you can understand. Beat Malaysia 54-16, and they beat South Korea by a whopping margin. Look at that scoreline, 97-22.
Well, then the only game that they lost was against the champion side, which is India. Nepal, of course, a strong side. They've got attackers and defenders who work in tandem. They've got a lot of all-rounders. Look out for number 14 and number 11, the two Wazirs who are going to play today. Manmati Dhami, but also Saraswati Kadyat, the number 1 captain of Nepal. Pooja Aud, Kanchan Chaudhary, Asha Tharu. Strong lineup.
Now Deepa, watch out for Deepa as well. She's a girl who loves to score a lot of points, and that's been the journey so far. They've won big. Look what they did to Sri Lanka, 110. Clean slate whatsoever. So we're counting down to the start of this very crucial quarterfinal. Collect a coffee for yourself and return.
Well, then the Nepal-Iran encounter, and we are getting a lot of people to witness this game. It'll be followed by the two games by India. But at the moment, it's Nepal-Iran, the quarterfinal lined up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go. Nepal on the attack, and mind you, watch out, they're going to be very sharp, mind you. There comes the Wazir, thinks a little bit, quick Kho, goes straight, then goes left. No, you can't change your direction. Well done. You need to be very quick on your feet and smart as well.
Absolutely, and good coordinating team. They do give their Kho Khos at the right moments, but Iran will have a hard time there. Toss won by Nepal, electing to attack. Aiming attack there, yes, striking it early. And that was number 13, Karma, with the first point on the board for Nepal.
They're just getting started, mind you. They'll pick up speed. They are very good students of the game. The Wazir gets it. That's the second touch. That would mean, not given. Not given yet. Commentators need to be on our toes as well.
Absolutely, and that was an early rise, so there's no early rise for us, Padam. But at the moment, another tagging done. So, Fateme Zara Roshiniya Zagi has been sent back to the dugout. Quick work by Nepal. 1 minute, though, the badge has spent on the court.
And if the badge is able to survive for 3 minutes, you get the first bonus point. Additional 30 seconds, you get 1 point, and you keep adding 30 more seconds, you keep adding 1 more point. It's as simple as that. Maximum, if you can survive for 7 minutes, you add 9 points in totality at the moment. Oh yes, gone. Zara Masoodi had no chance whatsoever, as Nepal have produced the kill. In what time? 1 minute and 22 seconds.
Manmati Dhami, the Wazir, doing the damage there. Wazir has the advantage of going in either directions. But then 1 minute and 22 seconds to wipe the strongest batch of Iran. And there we see how it all started with a skydive by Karma. And then Deepa came in, as you were telling, that she's a very talented player.
Yeah, we've seen her in action. And the good thing about Nepal is their coordination. Sometimes it's going to be a fake Kho, other times it's going to be a quick Kho. Even the Kho has variations. The activity around the post has variations. Skill set has to be prime. This is a sport of speed, skill and strategy. Oh no, that was easy. She ran into the hands of a killer. Right there. Quick Kho, yet again, both of them one side. Now, dive, does it work? No, she doesn't need to change direction. Quick Kho yet again, Wazir into action. Well done. This is good strategy from the escapists.
I like the kind of dodge number 11 Narjis Lalhe Rokhi gave. She's standing at the far post at the moment, but somebody who's being chased is Fatime Muhammad Dabadi. And falling into the trap of the Wazir, who can go either ways. Narjis Lalhe Rokhi has been trapped.
Dodge doesn't work. For how long can they survive this match? They survive for 41 seconds. No, you cannot change your direction. Maximum you allowed is 90 degrees. Uses the post. Now she says, okay, you're mine. No, you will have to change direction, which is not allowed. Well done. This is great tactic by Fatime Mohammad Dabadi.
Fatime is, she dodged it perfectly, looking at the attacker. But this is interesting. Wazir coming in and falling into the trap. Her tagging for the Wazir, that is Manmati, and Nepal on to 12 points.
She was as fast as the legs could carry her. It takes a whole lot out of the athlete. I mean, this is a very sapping sport. Physically very taxing. You need to be on your toes. You need to be sprinting. Good defenders always. They don't need to run fast. They need to be smart. Your zigzag skills have to be accurate. Now, she just didn't know what to do after she was just stranded in that corner. Okay, 2 batches taken care of. How much time left? 4:31. 12 points on the board already in a very crucial game. Now she goes for the chase. Dive. Does that work? Yes, it does.
Skydive was the call. Karma getting another point to her kitty, taking the tally to 14 for Nepal.
Gone. The zeal, the zest, the sprightliness. Both are out. She was thinking of a review, but just thinking. You can't think your way to progress. You can't hope your way to progress. You'll have to work your way to progress. Cleaned up in 22 seconds. The quickest cleanup in all the 3 so far.
That was a quick sending back to the dugout by Nepal on to 18. Karma, Deepa, Manmati and Poonam in the scoring lines. Skillful side Nepal. Of course, we were a little optimistic when we saw the Iran men's team play earlier in the day. This is a talented side. The post dive was perfect there by Deepa. Just showing the chief referee that it was a very legitimate tag that was done. So Alina, Seema, Mobina are in the batch number 4 for Iran.
4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in this one. In this sport, you need to be fast. If you're fast, you'll be able to produce the blast. As simple as that. You need to travel quicker than light and faster than a thought maybe. And over the top of that, you need to have nice direction. Now you cannot change your direction exactly. They have a sharp eye, these officials. Kho in the wrist, go straight, then you can go right. Well done, good strategy. Tries the running touch. She doesn't get it. She's asking the official. Official has given it. Official has given it. Late, but the verdict comes in their favor.
Manmati wearing the number 13 jersey is a very active player on court, but this is Deepa claiming a touch given by the umpires. Alima Askari will go back to the dugout and Nepal on a scoring spree.
No doubt about that. This is what this team does. Whenever they hunt big. They kill big. Over. Another batch taken care of. How many? Forget about minutes. We deal in seconds at the moment. 47 minutes.
That's quick attacking by Nepal, and that's exactly what we saw South Africa do against England in the previous game. The first turn was a rich turn as far as the attackers are concerned. 24 points for Nepal at the moment. They've actually done an all-out here, so whitewashing still on. Another 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go.
Iran men have already qualified for the semis. We'll keep updating you with all the latest right here. 4 batches taken care of. That's batch number 5. Plenty of time left on the clock. 3 minutes and a little over. Now this is both of them alongside each other. Yes, you need to be in opposite directions. Well done. Running, diving, killing, all happening right here. Talk about the speed, the energy, the passion, the purpose, the hunger, the run, the chase, the dive, the turn, the post.
Manmati, the Wazir for Nepal. There she gets the pass once again. Can she be able to tag? Yes, she claims one. And given. Fatime Komartash wearing the number 3 jersey goes back to the dugout. 28 to Nepal.
You get the quick Koyat again. Tries a hand touch which she's avoiding. Well done. She stayed there for a bit now. Fatime Zahra Roshani Asagi. Now it is it. That is it. Another batch taken care of. They are fast. Solid try. Oh my. Look at the score. 13-0 at the moment. Nearly 2.5 minutes left in the first turn, Munish.
Well, then I have no doubts that Nepal will cross to 50 in the first attacking turn, even if it's 2 minutes and 26 seconds that remain. But at the moment, you're watching the highlights of tagging done to the previous batch. Manmati, the Wazir, Deepa, Karma, and also Poonam in the scoring sheets already.
30-0. Nepal, whenever they've played, they've conquered big. Wazir can go either which way. She was a dead duck the moment the Wazir got up from her sitting position. We knew there was just one result that's going to be there. Quick Kho. One after the other. Well done. Deepa now gives it to... Yes, she dives, but does she rise to the point? No. Great understanding there by Narjes.
Oh, that was a wild attempt outside the court. And given. Wonderfully done, forcing the player to go outside the court out of bounds, and Nepal at the moment are leaving no stones unturned to building up their lead.
This sport is all about speed. Sport of skill, speed, strategy. You need to have the pace and the prowess and the flourish, no doubt about that, but your direction has to be right. You cannot change your direction. Only Wazir has the entitlement for it. That's okay. 90 degrees allowed. Well done, well spotted, good kill. Another batch taken care of in 65 seconds.
That's Fatime wearing the number 12 jersey. And of course, she was good. We'll have a look at that replay. What happened? That was the first tagging done by Manmati, chasing, almost grabbing her. And then came Pooja, forcing the player to go out of bounds. She did everything, out of bounds and tagging too.
And you force that error. You force that error because one, you planned it better, your technique is good, and then you've got raw pace to depend upon. You wear the speed boots on and your opponent is gone. Tries the hand touch. Wazir. I would prefer the Wazir to do a whole lot more running because that would get them the kills fairly easy. Uses the post with the chase. Will she get it? Yes, she does. Look at the speed with which she runs.
So Arghawan now goes back to the dugout. Oh, easy meal there for number 6 of Nepal, which is Nisha. And getting Mobina Sharanki caught unawares.
Wazir yet again. Well done, she goes straight. So from there on, she had all the time in the world and the opportunity to choose whatever direction that she had to. That brings us down to the last 39 seconds. And they've taken care of 7 batches. That is a Herculeous effort.
We're very close to getting the second round of defenders back to the dugout. This is how it all started. Mind you, they aren't being forced to do a lot of hard work. Nepal trying to give 100% in every go. But it's the sheer talent that separates Iran from Nepal.
A game which is speedy. You need quick maneuvers, accurate direction. You need to be lightning quick. There they go yet again with the intent of killing more. Wazir, no chance, forget it. Because she's fast, because she's electric, because she can go in any which direction that it chooses to. Well done now, you can't change your direction, but well done, dive! Will she rise? Yes! The dolphin goes up and turns out to be deadly and dangerous.
Well, Pooja has been very active as far as the past few taggings are concerned, and that's wiping Iran once again. Pole dive is what fetched Nepal the next batch, and merely 25 seconds that they all took to create this magnificent display.
Well done, they are already there in the semis. We'll pick some brilliant moments for you here. Look, one thing that clearly has worked in their favor is speed, Munish, pace. When you've got the pace, you'll win the race, provided you have the right direction as well. Your mindset is challenged as well. You've got 8 more seconds, mind you. They can at least add 1. How quickly? With the dive, will she rise? She claims, she gets it. Now that is great stuff. How about that adrenaline rush? How about the pumped up skill? How about the hostility shown?
What a performance by Nepal. Reaching to 50 points, and I still feel that they slowed down a bit, otherwise things would have been different. But in Iran, no reply to that onslaught by Nepal.
You are a hard man, Munish.
You got to be hard sometimes. The court's hard, the competition's hard. It's the quarterfinal. But Iran men, we were very optimistic when we saw that talent of Iran men, and we thought that they were going to pose some challenge. But this is a huge lead for Nepal.
Yeah. How it stands. Half century already in turn one. That itself can knock your opponents off their confidence levels, no doubt about that. We also have the next one coming up, India versus Bangladesh. More little breather, we'll see you on the other side. More action from Kho Kho. Another 30-35 minutes from now. 15-0. How will Iran fare in the attack? Mind you, now look at this. Do you see the Nepal girls running fast? And the answer will be no. They'll dodge, they'll disguise, they'll bluff, they'll be nimble-footed. Look at that. And they'll show how zigzag running has to be done.
Well then, definitely the power with which the attack has just been started. The Wazir giving a chase, but then they've got the defenders on the other side of the center line. And that's one way to keep the Wazir away. 50 points for Nepal. Big test for Iran.
Big test for Iran, no doubt about that. Now, where Nepal scores against them is clearly the pace. Does she get it? The point has not been granted yet. Look at that. They're not even picking pace. They're just jogging. And this is good strategy. One, you save energy. Two, you can use them at a stage when you would want it more.
Well, then Saraswati was attacking full throttle while the Nepal's attacking turn was on. Here she is defending at the moment, wearing the number 1 jersey. Wearing the number 9 is Kanchan, 14 Barsha. And I tell you what, I anticipate another point coming in Nepal's favour through a dream run already.
Okay, now dream run comes when the bat survives for at least 3 minutes. You survive for 30 more seconds, you get additional point. And keep adding 30 more seconds to your tally, and you keep adding 1 more point to your score sheet. Quick Kho yet again. They're looking unfettered, not flustered at all. Unflappable temperament. Look at this. Completely calm, composed. They know what's happening. Who's placed where? Who's facing which direction? Uses the post, picks up speed just when the need arises. Otherwise, they're just saving their energy.
And that's sensible. Oh, that was a hop already by number 3, Fatime Komartash. And of course, she is the only player who's tagged the Nepal players. This is number 1, the captain Saraswati, playing around with the attackers of Iran. This is already a grip on the game for Nepal.
No doubt about that. Really looking good. When you've added 2 points already in a turn where you still have 4 minutes and 30 seconds and a little above that, you are doing remarkably well. No doubt about that. Oh, she produces the fake. Then she comes and the official says no, you'll have to give a Kho. One thing that differentiates the two teams is clearly one thing, Munish: speed, pace, agility.
And if you permit me to allow that, the talent, the years spent in the legacy of Kho Kho by Nepal, Iran will take some great learning lessons from here. But we are approaching the dream run at the moment for Nepal. And the crowd and the supporters anticipated that already. And there we go. Extra bonus point for Nepal.
Yeah, I mean, look at their body language and you can understand how well they understand the proceedings. They pick up pace, not that they don't have pace, but they don't use it when they don't want it. Caught in the corner and you'll pay the penalty. Saraswati is the only one. For how long can she stretch it? I'm sure she's going to stretch it for another dream run. 4 seconds away. 3, 2, 1, and one more dream run will be added to their kitty.
It's always good to get the match temperament, and at the moment, Saraswati doing the things right. Now watching her, you'll see that she's going to the post, she's going behind 2 players, and then she cuts the center line. There she does. 2, 1, back, And now looking at the Wazir. And this is sensible defending.
No doubt about that. The understanding, the patience, how nimble-footed she is. Look at the presence of mind, the court awareness. The tactics are very, very simple. Keep it simple. But for you to keep it simple, you need to have the art, and they have the art, the zigzag skills.
Another dream run. So 3 dream run points for Iran. That earlier one added on. So they've got 4 in the making. Of course, Nepal on to 53. 4 points for Iran. 3 dream run points. 4 on the cards after 5 seconds from here. And once you do an early rise or change your direction, you give those extra seconds. And look what Saraswati is doing. She's just moving in the park as if. 4th dream run point for Iran.
The charge, the run. Look at the scoreline. It tells you the story so far. It has been clear domination, no doubt about that. This is the quarterfinal, and Nepal looks all at ease to take one giant stride there. Now they're adding dream runs after dream runs. Add one more. You get the first one when you touch the 3-point mark. After every 30 seconds since then, they've added 4 more points, Manish. And good work this.
Well, then 5 dream run points added on to the Nepal's kitty. And it seems once you start dictating the terms to the opponent, you will concede whenever you want. That's what Saraswati is doing.
Look at that, and this is they're getting signals from the men's team. Show a little more fire, vigor, energy. Oh, there was a chance there. They missed their chance. Sometimes you just need to do simple things right. Now the Wazir comes into action. Oh, gone. Oh, she avoids it yet again. Well done. We thought for a bit that she was had there, but no. All she's doing is crossing the line, going from one side to the other. The presence of mind. Dream run, another one, and now that is it.
Well, still going on. It was the early rise given by the umpires. She knows she's stepping on the right areas. Now see, this is what she's doing. She's keeping her eye, and it seems that zagging has been done, but it was an early rise again from one of the attackers who was sitting there.
Now all I want her to last for the entire 7 minutes, because then you would guarantee all 9 points for your side. And by the look of it, not that she's running out of steam, it's just that she has saved a lot for the time to take it out for the hour of need. Tries the touch and she gets it. Saraswati finally at the end of it. 6 minutes, 36 seconds. Stellar performance.
Can you believe that? 8 dream run points for Nepal, and look at the faces of Iran. It says the story of this game already. The only person who's smiling is sitting next to me at the moment, but then Iran having a tough time. They're defending. 24 seconds more to go.
I smile irrespective of the conditions, Munish. That is what sport does. It brings a smile on your face. Of course, 2 huge India games coming up in the evening also brings a smile on my face.
And also, at this point of time, 24 seconds, if Iran can manage to get a tag on any of the Nepal players, I think that'll be a huge consolation for them.
See the captain, the 2 female coaches, Prachi and Sushma there. The main coach, the head coach, Mr. Bhatia, will be in action very soon. Yesterday, he announced to the world hat-trick. Yes, sir, your team is doing very well. They'll be in action after this game. And Iran will be hoping this turn ends soon, because it has not worked in their favor, neither when they were defending or when they were attacking. Nepal have had no blemish whatsoever. That's the solitary wonder.
That's a consolation then for Iran. Anisha Gole being tagged before the end, and Iran will go back. They'll be a little upset with what has happened in the middle. A lot of errors being made, but this is the Nepal's dugout celebrating, and they've anticipated the victory already, and the coach is dancing with the players. So well done, Nepal.
defenders, all you need to do is have the ability to avoid the touches. Zigzag skills, presence of mind, court awareness. India versus Bangladesh also up next. Small little breather. We'll return soon. Don't go anywhere. They only mean business. There is madness and there's method to it. 58-8 is the scoreline here. On the verge of starting turn number 3, where Nepal will be attacking. They got 50 when they attacked in turn 1. They got 8 when they defended in turn 2.
But that was very close. Tagging given. Out by a running touch or a simple touch, whichever way you want to call it. Number 5, Mahdi Fatih, has been sent back to the dugout very early. And this is the free zone. You don't move around there much. She's not happy with it, Narges Laroki. And they are, I think they're more disappointed with the way they are playing rather than how well Nepal is playing.
And look at that, the intent is just to score as many points as you can. How do you do that? Quick course, being sharp, quick on your feet, the run. Oh, when you're far away, you go. Give it to your partner. Partner decides you cannot change your direction, then you go. Oh, and then it becomes easy. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Out by a simple touch is the call by the chief referee. And this is where Nepal is showcasing their strength, their power, the talent. Of course, Kho Kho in Nepal is a very popular sport. And of course, there are their chances in the finals. We are talking about the quarterfinal stage at the moment. The winners will definitely get to the semi-finals, but Nepal are eyeing their chances on the crown.
54 seconds the first batch. Go straight. You can go straight and then you can decide whether to go left or right, because you cannot change your direction. Oh, there she. Oh, the moment she started to think of changing direction, she slipped. Okay. Rises back yet again. That's what sport teaches you. You may lose your spark, you may lose your shine, but when you get back up on your feet, make sure you are the whole goddamn fire.
Then number 7 for Nepal, Pooja, just running, and this is a good coordination between the players. One more tagging done. Now this is the commitment that we talk about. Asha getting another tagging for her team.
For Nepal, it has been the hustle, the hurry and the headway. The steam, the swiftness and the surge. Very clinical, very methodical. India against Nepal, that is going to be some encounter, Manish.
I'll tell you what, Iran is also one of the teams that a lot of people are anticipating that they may create a surprise. I'm speaking of the men's team, and they're supporting the women's team at the moment, who are having a hard time against Nepal. Number 4, Mobina Shah Ranki, sent back to the dugout.
All right, you talk about the men's team. There they are. That's the captain giving a thumbs up. They look to be in good shape. Talk about Ram. You talk about the 2 Wazis that India has. There is quality in that side. And the moment they come onto the Kho Kho match, you get to see skydives. Moment of thrill and kill. The world goes Kho. 78 in favor of Nepal. All 3 in one direction. Now she's running hard. Well done. And she's choosing the longest distance. All you need to do is, you don't need to run in circles. You just need to be smart. A little bit of zigzag skills, court awareness, mat presence.
Simple touch, Poonam, Manamati, Pooja, Deepa, they're all high scorers for Nepal. That's number 2, Poonam, getting Seema Shargi, tagging and sending her back to the dugout. Oh, they reckon it's a direction change. That's not happened. They're asking for a review, is it? It's up to the chief referee. Well, a defender's review coming up.
And look at this. Fakes initially, it's a late call, just to disturb the concentration of the defender. Now, this is okay for me. It should be fine. That should be fine because she did not change directions there. Defender is out because for you allowed a 90-degree turn. It's more than 90, nothing doing. She was right there.
You know, sometimes the pressure creates a confusion in your mind, and that's exactly what has happened with the Iran players. And that was number 7 of Iran, Jahanami Zedi, was a little dissatisfied with the performance, the way Iran is not able to match the talent of Nepal. 76-8, big margin there, but look how swift, how coordinated Nepal is.
Yeah, right word, Munish, well said, coordinated. You need to be a well-oiled unit. You need to be a unit, first of all. Sticks in a bundle are always unbreakable. Alone you can do so little, together you can do so much. Doesn't die, well done, because she decided that going that side would not fetch her anything. It's all about being very practical. Good teams don't waste their energy. This time around, it was easy kill for her. Takes a good turn, goes sharp and hits on.
Asha just followed the defender and she waited for her to make her last move, and back she went with those 2 points. Nepal at the moment leading with 70 points. Iran struggling in the middle with their defenders with 3:22 still remaining on turn 3.
This is where cheers, echo and dreams take flight. Look at that. On this side, she knows she had to go low on the body. Flat dive, nice dive, accurate. Now, just the last player at the moment from this batch, jersey number 9, Fatima Zahra. Well done. There was smartness shown there. She's not running as much as she was running earlier, and this is what good defenders do. You conserve your energy. Just have to play smart kabaddi. For that, you need to know the presence of the attackers, who's facing which side.
I'd like to give full marks to Nepal for keeping their energies hydrated. Iran just running out of the ideas. That's better. Keep on the other side of the court where the Vizier is. And number 9, Fatima Zahra, Roshan Yasagi could not last much as Pooja comes in with a very deadly touch.
Yeah, divine and deadly. Ends up like a dolphin. 82-8. And yes, there seems to be no contest in this game, which the scoreline suggests, and that's because Nepal have been playing this game for far too long. Iran, you would say that they're taking on to the sport. The world has embraced Kho Kho. Today's results on this one: Uganda versus New Zealand, 71-26, 86-18 in favour of Iran. Close win for South Africa, and then a 20-point win for South Africa against England. Nepal versus Iran, Bangladesh versus Nepal, India, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, men's and women's games lined up for you. Got 2:21 left in turn 3, Munish.
You know what, early in the day, Paddy, Iran, when they were playing Kenya, in the first round, Iran chose to defend and they spoiled the chances on the planners of Kenya. That's exactly what Nepal are doing, dominating the first turn and then continuing the rampage. 84-8. Iran men defended so well that they made their attackers to struggle. But at the moment, the attackers of Nepal are making them struggle.
Look at the ability of getting down and getting up. How quickly they go down and how quickly the Kho is received, and how quickly after receiving the Kho you get back up on your feet and you decide to run. That fraction of a second can be the difference between the two teams. There it goes, yet again, wild charge, quick Kho. 1, 2, 3. And you have to go zigzag. Well done. They're making her run. And that's a very good strategy. You take the steam out of your opponents. Nepal, now they change the strategy. Wild charge now. Quick to Poonam. Poonam to Deepa.
They're making her work hard. But before that, what did Fatimi do? She just went out of bounds, giving easy points to Nepal. But at the moment, we watch Narjez Lalherokhi. And Nepal actually are making her work hard. They're making her run.
Well, she claims she's got it earlier. Not given, not given. The chase is on. Not now. It ends, but well done. I quite like that spirit, the hunger, the fire that I'm not going to give you easy points. Well done, ma'am.
Well, what a smart little touch near the post. Hand touching there by Nepal. Getting rid of Iran. 80-point lead now. And there's still
journey been for them. I remember they scored a 175 in the first game they played. Nasreen there with a big smile on her face. Whenever they see the giant screen, the two female coaches at the back. They beat South Korea by a whopping margin. Scored 175. They scored a century. Century comes so very naturally, automatically to them, Munish.
375 points in the 3 outings. Now they've grabbed it rich. And they will be on a mission tonight as well. Beware the teams of the world. At the moment, Nepal. Oh, nice little turn there, holding the post and running very sharply. Karma. What stamina from post to post, running in full throttle.
Yeah, quite liking the fight that they've shown. Particularly the last minute and a half for them. Point has been given. She went straight for the kill. And the beauty about this sport is that you cannot afford a let-up on intensity. You have to be quick all the time. You cannot switch off mentally whenever you are resting, because you never know when you can receive a Kho.
Very rarely that you'll see Nepal making violations there. Early rise and change directions, both called in a while. Anisha getting a tagging done, and the group has been sent back to the dugout. 9 seconds remain. And Paddy, I anticipate one more tagging to be done by Nepal. They're so furious.
Well, the performance definitely augurs for that sort of expectation, because they've killed and they've hunted big. No doubt about that. In a sport where speed is the thrill, speed is the excitement, pace wins you the race, you require a sharp mind and the fleetness of foot. Indian team absolutely ready. There's Nasreen, former Indian captain. We've seen the current Indian captain, Priyanka, as well. Talk about Meenu. Talk about Nirmala Bhati. And that is it. Turn number 3 comes to an end. 6 short of a well-deserved century so far. They've got one more turn left for you. 94-8. End of turn 3.
They're having a ball in the middle. The Nepal team playing around with the defenses of Iran. The face
this one in favor of Nepal, sensing victory already. 94-8 scoreline, and after that it's going to be India versus Bangladesh in the women's category. Short little breather, don't go anywhere.
to cover Iran on 8, but Nepal have just showcased their talent in attack and defense. It's a huge difference between the two teams. 94-8, we are heading towards the last turn of the game, which will be, of course, an attacking turn for Iran.
Turn 4, the last of this one. A Kho Kho game comprises of 4 turns. Both teams get 2 chances of attacking and 2 chances of defending. 94 is what they have. Now for them to score 100, they'll have to get 6 here. How can they get it? For that, the first point will come after the survival for 3 minutes. When the bat survives for 3 minutes, the first point. Every 30 seconds after that, you get 1 point. As simple as that.
Well, 5.5 minutes on court will take them to 100, when Nepal was splendid with their defensive maneuvers in the first defensive turn. Iran had a tough time tagging the players. The scorecard says that just 4 tags for them. And I think this is going to be a great learning moment for the teams who are competing with a lot of fervor, excitement. They're coming here with a lot of hopes. And surely, whenever the next edition happens, you'll find a different ball game altogether with the weaker teams.
No doubt about that. The more they will play against competitive teams, teams that are higher ranked than them, they'll keep learning. So more international matches. Domestic games may not do a world of good for you. You need to play teams which are better than you.
There were occasions where the two countries were playing test matches, Kho Kho test matches, and that's not a bad idea either. But at the moment, Iran looking for the first tagging in this turn number 4, which is their second attacking turn.
126 is what they've survived so far. There's not been a blemish so far. The first point for them is going to come after the survival for 3 minutes. And after every 30 seconds from there, they'll guarantee 1 point. So if they survive for 5.5 minutes, they will touch that 100-point mark. As simple as that.
A nice move there. But then look at the defenders, how are they playing? They're looking at the feet movements, and that's exactly what good Kho Kho defenders would do. Earlier on in this tournament, we saw the Australian player, who's 58 years old, Raj, playing around with the attackers. And it was all sense. Well, they're all waiting for those 2 big games lined up.
Yeah, 2 big games lined up. Indian women's team first up, 6:45. Men's team immediately after that. Now here, mind you, they're about 45 seconds away from getting the first green run. 30 seconds from there. So I think it's quite a realistic chance for them because none of them has gotten dismissed. And not that they've run quite a lot. They just increase the pace just to run away and create a distance between them and the one who's attacking them. They're keeping it simple, efficient, nimble-footed.
That's good defending. That's the Indian team. Of course, with all smiles here. And they are absolutely focusing as well on the Nepal side.
Yeah, because last year they played them twice. And they beat them both times. Now that's a dream run, well done. First dream run, that takes their tally to 95.
9th dream run for Nepal in this game. And Iran are struggling here. They will have to spend another 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the court. And that's nice aggression. But look at the defenders. Each time they see an attacker pacing up on the other half of the court, they slow down. Another dream run coming. 10th dream run of the game.
Oh, well done. That takes their tally to 96. So if they touch that 4-minute mark, then of course another one, and that'll be the 97th. The moment the clock strikes 5:30 in their turn, it will be 100 points on board. That is how the points are distributed. It's very tough to win points when you're defending. You need to be accurate, you need to be nimble-footed, precise, bang on, swift movements, evasive skills have to be top-notch. The more you avoid the attacker, greater your chances. And how do you do that? By the zigzag skills there. And when you're not able to tackle one, you need to go for the other as well. So your tactics need to change as attackers.
Well, Iran had victories against South Korea and Malaysia. But look what Nepal are doing. They've reached to a level where they are a sheer dominant team on the opponents. For this hard work, love for the game, the passion for the game is all which is required. And there we are. 12th bonus point for the 12th dream run for Nepal in this game.
Good to see the Indian team clapping for a team that can give them a run for their money. Oh, that's great sportsman spirit. They're not saying here, oh, they're going to be our fiercest rivals, why should we clap for them? No. And that, I think, can be one of the great reasons why those girls lift the cup, Manish. Because they keep it so very simple.
Great point there. Rivals for a moment, friends forever. Another dream run. That's the 13th dream run of the game. 8 dream runs in the first defensive turn for Nepal. And 5 now.
Yeah, and this sport teaches you that the rivals become friends the moment the game is over. It's over. At the end of the day, it's just sport. Sport builds character. Sport reveals character. Kho Kho teaches you so many realities of life. Another one. Look at that. They're on 99. And that will be it for them. 100 points for them.
With a defensive point, marvelous Nepal. And look what's happening. The kids here, the young girls from the schools of Delhi, were chanting for Nepal's dream run. And what a celebration. 100 points for Nepal with 14 dream runs in this game.
All right, on the clock, we have nearly 60 seconds. Well done. You must always get kids into the stadium. This is where dreams are born. Get them to watch sport. Sport builds character. Sport reveals character. Play sport. You'll be fit, physically and mentally both.
Very well said. And of course, children, I just wonder how many of them will turn to Kho Kho. The numbers will be in many. Meanwhile, they're asking for a tagging done, not given by the umpire. They're asking for a review. And this is the attacker's review.
In this sport, you need speed, skill, strategy, stamina. Simple. You have all four. You're going to rule the court. You're only allowed the one per turn.
That is Mr. Ashok Kumar, the chief referee, along with two umpires, SP Tiwari and M. Mangalam. Attackers review. 93-point lead for Nepal. Clear dominance in this game. And what was the reason for the review? Iran reckons that they've tagged number 11 of Nepal, which is Manamati. Faima Makari of Iran. This is a valiant attempt, though.
Good effort. Now, if there's a touch, the direction will not be a problem. If there's not a touch, and of course the point cannot be given.
Just waiting for the decision to come.
That's it, had to be. Because for you to get a point, you need to at least touch. Touch for some can be divine, touch for the others can be a fine. 101 to 8. Can they make it turn into? And you know what? This is going to be quite an effort, because all the three girls are on the verge of creating something stupendous here. If they go without a blemish, if none of them is dismissed, that will be something. Then they get all 9 points that you can get maximum when you are defending. Now this will be clinical. It's down to 7, 6, 5, 4. Roar, cheer, yes, entire 9 points in the defense. Not even one player was stacked. What a way to enter the semi-final and to line up that encounter with Uganda. It is going to be Nepal versus Uganda in the semi-final. What a great match for them.
Well, many anticipated the victory there. Dull faces in the Iranian camp. But then they've learned many lessons here. They will come back with a strong side, surely. The men have laid the examples of a strong side. The crowd applauds both the teams. Nepal clear winners. A lot of them anticipated since the beginning. 103 to 8. A comfortable 95-point victory for Nepal.
Well done, the dance, the moves, you deserve it. In this game, you need to have the agility of a cat, the hurry, the hustle. Celerity becomes your savior in this sport. Nimble-footed, quick, fast, sharp. And that is what is the beauty of sport. At the end of it, you meet each other, you greet each other. You extend the camaraderie. Good to see. And when you see the highlights, Munish, there's one thing for sure that you'll get to see. You'll get to see Nepal domination all over.
What a game it has been. The strong side Nepal, and they're enjoying ever since they landed up in New Delhi. They've been good ambassadors of the sport.
As long as you play together, all the other boxes will be ticked. 103 to Nepal, 8 to Iran. Look at those 20 dive points for them. Post dive point 6 for them. 103-8 as we slip into a short little breather. Look at that. What do you get to see there, Munish? You get to see total domination.
Well then, what a game for Nepal. Clearly, everybody anticipated that they'll dominate, but in what style they've done this. They've gone beyond 100 points just once earlier on. That was against Sri Lanka. But here, they came with a mission. They slowed down at times. They attacked when they wanted. They got the points when they wanted. They were lethal with their attacking. Be it the Wazir, Manmati, or the other players. Saraswati, Deepa. And that was a quick move by Karma. Poonam was outstanding today. So was number 3, Deepa, with the post dives and the dives that she made. The Wazir was playing a killer's role there, getting the points when it was required, building up the lead, and each time they got attacking done, a new bubble of pressure was created in the camp of Iran. There were some tough moments for Iran. They wanted to defend well, but I'm sure with a lot of learnings here, they go back and they bring in a new flavor next time when they come in. But the spirit never died with Iran. They had their moments of celebrations. It's the competitiveness that matters the most. And they were competitive throughout. They were never dull on the court, the team from Iran. And the girls are also the true ambassadors of this great game, Kho Kho. It's India's game going beyond the borders. And look how talent spreads.
And besides the speed, I mean, talk about Nepal, they also have the zest, the zeal, the sprightliness and the stamina, Munish. You need stamina because this is a sport which takes a lot out of the human body. I mean, you are stretched, you sweat, you are running all the time, there's no breather. The fitness levels have to be top-notch.
It's also the strategy, the art of defending that Nepal showcased. But at the moment, we'll be heading towards the presentation. Roshan Shetty is waiting for us.
Well, the sun must have set here in New Delhi right now, but it's a new dawn for Nepal as they join South Africa and also Uganda in the semi-finals. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation of the game between Nepal and Iran in the women's category. Remember, it was the quarterfinal. First award, I would like to request Mr. Anand Sharma, the CEO of the Kho Kho Sports Promotion Trust, to present the award along with Ms. Aditi, who is the legal advisor of the Kho Kho Federation of India. And the attacker of the match, it goes to Poonam from Nepal. She is attacked and they've got 100 points on board, remember. And that's how things have been so far. Well done, Poonam. Well done, Nepal getting the victory there. And moving forward, I'd like to request Mrs. Sangeeta Agarwal, and who's also the advisor to the Kho Kho Federation of India, along with Mr. Prem Bihari Gupta, the financial advisor to the Kho Kho Federation of India, to hand over the next award, that is the Best Defender of the Match award. And it goes to Fatima Mohammad Abadi from Iran. It was a spirited performance, a good display of sheer strength and willpower. Well done, Fatima. You're going to take a lot of memories with so much of learnings as well. Next up, I would like to request Dr. Aradhana Gupta, who is the president of the Global Knowledge Network Society, along with Ms. Himangi Sinha, who is the CEO of World Intellectual Foundation, to present the Player of the Match award. And it goes to Saraswati from Nepal for yet another valiant effort and getting Nepal into the semi-finals of the first ever Kho Kho World Cup. Well done. Nepal, of course, would be joining in the likes of South Africa and Uganda. Remember, plenty of action is assured in the first ever Kho Kho World Cup. But for now, that's all that we have from the presentation.
All right, this road to the final. This is it. Uganda versus South Africa, and Nepal are waiting for their partner at the semis. It's going to be one of the two, India or Bangladesh. Okay, now. Later tonight, we're going to have two India games for you. Robust attitude, you need that vibrancy as well. India versus Bangladesh, 6:45 in the women's category, and the boys will be in action versus Sri Lanka at 8 p.m. immediately after the women's game. Talk about quarterfinals. These are the results that we've witnessed today. South Africa won quarterfinal 2, 51-46 South Africa. Kenya 58-38 South Africa. And you talk about the previous game, total annihilation there. Next one's going to be Bangladesh versus Nepal. We'll be slipping into a short little breather. And after this one that's coming up next will be two India games. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of Kho Kho action lined up for you. The Kho Kho World Cup, the first one of its kind.